got admission in MBBS college or planning to get into an MBBS college and figuring out what books to buy, what not to buy, and scared by the amount of books there are on this table, well, let me tell you, you've stopped to the right video. Wait, did I tell you who I am? This is Sharjeel Kakvi, a first year MBBS student who is about to start his second year journey, hopefully if I pass, which I hope I will. Well, in this video, we will be covering about the types of books there are, and then we will be focusing on each specific subject for your first year, and then we will move to what books should you actually buy and what should you prefer to buy, and then we will move to the free and paid resources there are on the internet like YouTube, Marrow and all, and finally we'll end it. So without wasting much time, let's dive right in. In your first year MBBS, you will be studying 3 subjects like anatomy, physiology and biochemistry. And in almost all the subjects of MBBS, there are 3 types of books, and these are the type 1, the gold standard or the OG books. So basically these are the books that are the standard books and have standard text, and all the other books that you will study take references from these books, basically top-notch, top-of-the-shelf books. Talking about type 2, these are the actual books or the student-friendly books. So these books contain, easy and simple to understand text and, easy flowcharts, diagrams. And these are the books that students actually prefer and actually study during their course of education. And finally, the type 3 or the books that are, the exam passing books. So these books contain, exam-oriented and question-oriented stuff, and you might not find very much concepts in them for your knowledge grasping, but yes, if you just want to mug up stuff and vomit on the paper, these books contain concise text and are good to go. Anatomy, the subject that you will be investing your more than half of your time in, and it's a very vast subject. It has divisions like neuroanatomy, histology, osteology, gross anatomy. So there are many things, but we'll talk generally here. So starting with the gold standard, this right here is the holy Gray's Anatomy. Well, no one actually reads them, but if you actually want to be some kind of anatomy freak and you want deeper knowledge, you really want to dive into anatomy, go for it. It doesn't harm. And then right here with me, I have a facsimile of the first edition, 1838 edition of the Gray's Anatomy, which has hand-drawn diagrams. Well, I keep this just for the aesthetics. Well, now the student-friendly books for anatomy are of 2 mainly accepted types. One is the BDC and the other one is by an author named Vishram Singh. BDC stands for BD Chaurasya. This right here comes in 4 different volumes. Both of them come in volumes. And this is more widely accepted. Even teachers in most of the MBBS colleges in India prefer to teach and recommend the students to buy this one and study from the BDC. Whereas many students prefer Vishram Singh as well because of, a slightly different text, slightly different style of the literature. Well, both of them are good, and these are the books that are the student-friendly books and the students actually prefer. Apart from this, there are different branches, as I told you, like neuroanatomy and all. So you can go for different books over there. You can find books for embryology. I preferred to study from Vishram Singh's clinical neuroanatomy, and then you can get a handbook which contains concise information on the whole general anatomy. Now, talking about the passing books or the exam books for anatomy, you might find a hell lot of things, a hell lot of answers for this, but personal experience, this book right here, it comes in 2 volumes and the name is Selective Anatomy with Clinical Case Studies by Vishram Singh, about whom we discussed in the student friendly books too. So this book is very concise and it contains questions and answers strictly based on the competency. So it's perfect for your exam time, and if you just go through it, it'll help you a lot. And trust me, I'm relying on this completely for my first year professional examinations. Well, apart from the 3 types of books I mentioned, there are other books that I would like to suggest. There is this Cunningham series. It's very good if you are going to study this and then go into your dissection classes, because it contains structure oriented and very nice books for dissection practices. And apart from that, one more book that I'd suggest is this Atlas of Anatomy. Many professors suggest this too because this contains really simplified diagrams and structures of the human body, and if you study from this, you'll get a better orientation and better visualization of these structures in the human body. Talking about physiology, it is a subject that teaches you about the interactions in the human body, what all processes are happening, how it is happening, and basically the functions of the human body. And it's very interesting if studied right. Well, again, speaking first of the gold standard, we have this textbook by Guyton and Hall, Textbook of Medical Physiology, a fat book. Again, no one reads it. What students actually prefer to study is the AK Jain or the GK Pal books. And as you can see, I have the AK Jain ones because they come in 2 volumes, and the reason students prefer this is because they have simpler text, easy to understand, and the best part, they have easy and better flowcharts through which, if you look at the flowcharts, you can memorize them and then you can put it in words and understand them. Now, speaking about the exam oriented book or the passing books for physiology, well, we have one of the most famous exam books named as K. Sambulingam's Essentials of Medical Physiology. Again, many students even consider this as a student-friendly book and actually study from this the whole year. But again, most of them run towards this book during their exams. Apart from this, what we have here is Joshi's Physiology Prep Manual for undergraduates. I find this more easier for me, more convenient for me because again, this is exactly the type of selective anatomy how we discussed in anatomy. This is the physiology version of that. Well, now talking about biochemistry, the subject, it is also called as the nightmare of MBBS first year students because of the vast chemicals and all, the names and all. Yeah, so students fear this subject actually. So starting with the gold standard or the OG books, again, no one dares to touch them. These are only touched when there is an argument on facts, data inaccuracy, so these books are called upon them. So the books over here we have is Harper's Illustrated Biochemistry. This is the international edition, and apart from this we have Lippincott's Illustrated Reviews Biochemistry. So yeah, these 2 books are the books that are of the gold standard. Now, leaving aside the gold standard, because trust me, even you are not going to touch them, the student friendly books or the books which you might actually consider studying if you study is Satyanarayan or the DM Vasudeva. Well, both the books have almost equal weightage and students prefer either this, either that. Even your professors might suggest you one of them because one has better flowcharts, better diagrams, the other has simpler text and easier text to understand. So it's up to you, Well, last but not the least, if you're stuck hanging towards the end of your exams and you have nothing, you have nowhere to go, and you really want to ace in your not exactly ace, but you just want to pass your biochemistry examinations, the book you can always rely on is this Rajesh Jambulkar's Biochemistry Rapid Revision Handwritten Notes. It's actually rapid revision, but yeah, you can get most of the stuff from here if you just mug it up and can vomit on the paper. It's good to go. Well, now we will be talking about what to buy, what not to buy. Well, here's what I'm going to suggest. Before you rush into the purchasing part and run to the shops to buy your books and all, go to your college, spend a few weeks over there studying from PDFs, borrowing the books from your seniors, or the most of the books you can even find in your departmental libraries or the central library, and study from those books first. Study from the different types of books and get a whiff of what actually suits you, what type of books you're more compatible with, what type of literature suits you better, what type of literature is more convenient for you to understand, and then go into the actual purchasing part before spending your money, because these books are not at all cheap, they are very costly. And if you have now decided to purchase the books and you're determined to buy books, here's how to start. First, go for the student friendly books, because these are the books, here's the reason, these are the books that you will actually be needing. These are the books that you will actually be studying from throughout your whole year. And if you have these books, it's easier for you to get references, to mark, to highlight, underline, whatever. Different students have different choices, and that's why I told you to study from different types of books in your first few weeks. And once you're done with the student friendly books, you won't need to buy the reference books or the OG books, the gold standard, because see, these books are used only for references. So these books you can find in your library or from some senior. So when you need some reference, you can just go to those seniors or go to the library and get the reference from there. You won't actually be needing to buy these books. Finally, talking about the exam oriented books or the passing books, trust me, if you study from the student friendly book the whole year, you won't be needing the exam oriented books at all. But if you're stuck in the exam time and you need the exam oriented books, trust me, you'll know you need the exam oriented books, and that's the perfect time to buy. Now, talking about the resources basically means the part apart from books which will actually help you in your education and for you to study better. So there are two versions of this again. You have a free part and you have a paid part. Starting with the free part, it's basically YouTube and the top educators and the different channels over there which help you learn the subjects better. To name some, you have Dr. Rajesh Jambulkar, about whose book we even discussed in the biochemistry exam passing part book. If you study his lectures along with the books, it will help you a lot for the concept grasping. Apart from that, you have Dr. Rose for embryology. Many students study from a channel named Ninja Nerd for physiology. And then you have Dr. Najib's lecture for neuroanatomy, such. And then, obviously, the most famous Johari MBBS channel for all the three subjects. So you can figure out on your own. You can go and play with these channels. You can figure out what channel suits you, what educator is better for you, whose lectures you're easy to understand. So it will help you a lot. And if you watch the lectures as well as study from the books, it will add more value to your education. Now, talking about the paid resources, there are many paid resources out there in the market, and there are generally two types of questions regarding these resources and these platforms. The first question being, should I actually go after these platforms from my first year of MBBS itself? And the second question being that which platform should I actually go after? Well, to answer the first question, the answer in concise and my experience is yes. Because see, what happens is, if you start using these platforms and get a habit of it from your first year itself, you're using the platforms, you're watching lectures, you're consistent on them, then you're studying from the books as well, and then you're kind of paying some attention in your classes, in your lectures, in your dissection hall and all. So all these things will mix up and amplify your learning by multiple folds. And once you get the habit of studying in MBBS, it's going to help you a lot and even help you in your further examinations after MBBS. Well, to answer your second question, which platform should I actually go after? There are many platforms out there in the market, like you have Marrow, you have PrepLadder, you have PWMed, and every platform has different educators. It's totally up to you which educator suits you. Every educator has a specific teaching style, has a specific teaching methodology. So it's up to you whose teaching style you like more, whose language you're more convenient with. So it's completely up to the student. If you were to ask me, in my experience, I've used Marrow, and I found it very convenient for me. It was helpful for me and I grew up with it, and most of the medicos across India use Marrow.
I hope you all liked the video, and I know videos weren't coming out for a long time. I was not doing really well and I was not stable. Well, from now on I promise more and more videos. Do comment what kind of videos would you like next, and do share, like, subscribe the channel for more such content.